Well, my son, off you start. And remember, you're being chucked into this great school like a young bear, with all your troubles ahead.
Yes, Father.
You may see a great many blackguard things done, and you had a deal of foul, bad talk. But never fear. Tell the truth, and keep a brave, kind heart, and you'll survive it.
I'll try, Father.
I know you will, my boy.
Young gent for Rugby school.
That's me. Goodbye, Father.
Goodbye, my boy. God be with you.
This way, please.
You the young gent for Rugby school, sir?
Yes, I am.
Very studious-looking young man, isn't he?
His brains are practically bulging out of his ears.
Come on, young sir. Up on top. Righto, off we go. Well, here we are, sir, right on the dot, right on time. Thank you very much, sir. And don't forget, school days are your happiest days, or your last.
I say, you fellow, is your name Brown?
Yes.
I thought so. My name's East. You know an old aunt of mine, Miss East. She lives somewhere down your way in Berkshire. She wrote and told me you were coming today and asked me to give you a hand.
That's very kind of you.
Oh, not at all. She gave me a half sovereign this half, and she'll probably double it the next if I keep in her good books. Come on, I've got a gig waiting. First time away from home?
Yes, you look it.
I wouldn't let on to too many of the other fellas if I were you.
Why? Won't you like me then?
Oh, that's up to you. If they see there's nothing odd about you, and you answer straightforward and hold your head up, you'll get on with them all right.
What's the matter?
Hold your noise.
Who's that?
Flashman. He's in the 5th.
Why didn't you want him to see us?
You'll find out. I'm only doing this because of my aunt, understand?
Oh, East, is this the new chap?
Yes, Brown. This is Gower, Tadpole, and Green.
My name's Halton, you chaps. H-A-L-L. What's your full name?
Tom Brown.
How old are you?
11.
Where'd you come from?
Berkshire, near my aunt's place. Good address.
What does your father do?
He's the squire.
Does he ride to hounds?
Yes.
Did he go to Rugby?
No.
Where did he go?
To Winchester.
Bad luck. Where do you board?
In the schoolhouse with us.
What form are you in?
I don't know yet.
Don't know yet? What form were you in at your last school?
They weren't the same as these.
Did you bring any food with you?
Yes.
Oh, good. Let's have a look at it then.
Later when he's unpacked. I've got to report him into the housekeeper. Come on, Brown. See you at dinner.
Fancy old Scuddy's turning into a wet nurse. It must pay well.
Who's that, East? My grandfather. I'm showing him round.
Here are your candles, Johnson. It's the second lot you've had. Now remember, these are to last the rest of term, and no swapping.
Thank you, Mrs. Wixie.
Hello, Mrs. Wixie. This is Brown.
Hello, Brown. I wondered when you'd report to me. Is East looking after you properly?
Yes, thank you.
You're in the bed next to his in the dormitory, and I'm sure he won't mind your sharing his study, will you, East?
Of course not, Mrs. Wixie.
Good. Well, I hope you'll settle down happily, Brown. Now, off you go. You're in good hands.
Hello, Thomas.
This is the new boy, Brown. Thomas has been porter here ever since they built the school. Haven't you, Thomas?
Pretty nigh, Master East. I was here in your father's time, I know that.
It's nearly time for calling over. Come on, Brown.
What do you think of him?
I think he looks a good boy.
Sometimes things go hard for that quiet kind of boy.
You've forgotten the angles below the line heading.
I gather that there's a new boy, Brown, in the form.
It's me, sir.
It is I, sir. Stand out here. As you are a new boy, you may have been foolish enough to hope that all these reforms that you hear about may mean a lessening of the old discipline. The rod is not to be spared, Brown. The child is not to be spoilt, despite whatever you may have heard to the contrary. Certain traditions will remain. The birch is not relegated to obsolete oblivion yet. Birching will continue to flourish, gentlemen. I have that on no less indisputable authority than the doctor himself. You may resume your seat, Brown. We will make a scholar of you. Though tempest roar and very earth do quake, a man of thee, or else thy end will make. Now, you spotty and unpleasant denizens of pond life, we will apply ourselves to Caesar's Gallic wars.
That's the birching tower. That's where you go to be birched.
That's the puntabout. They're just practicing. There'll be a game pretty soon.
Between who?
Our house under Old Brook against the whole of the rest of the school.
Can I play too?
You? Why, you don't know the rules and you'll be a month learning them. Besides, you'll probably get killed.
I play football at home.
Who with?
The boys at the village.
That's all right, Brown. I don't mind. But I wouldn't go shouting it about if I were you.
Why not?
Because this is the only place where real football's ever played.
Who's that?
That's Big Brook, the best captain the school ever had. Our house is playing the rest of the school, and they can't start without me.
East, are you hurt?
Of course I am, you idiot. I'm winded. If we lose that goal, we lose the match.
Stand back.
there. Give him air. No bones broken, anyway. How do you feel, young un?
Pretty well, thank you, sir. Was it a goal? No.
Who is he?
Brown, sir. He's a new chap.
Well, he's made of the right stuff. He'll make a good player.
Oh, that's good. Glad to see you've settled in all right.
Yes, thank you, East.
Well, now you know the ropes, I think I can leave you on your own.
On my own?
Well, yes, of course. It wouldn't do you any good if the other fellows thought I was wet-nursing you, you know. Besides, you are a new chap. And it would look pretty rum if I got too matey with you. You're too young. The other fellows wouldn't think much of it. My own particular set, I mean.
No, I see what you mean.
You just watch your tongue and don't do anything odd, and you'll be all right. And don't forget singing in the big hall after supper. You do know a song, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Good.
Fag! Fag! East! Who are you?
Brown, sir.
Where's East?
I don't know, sir.
Then cut down to Sally Harrowell's and bring me back 6 Murphys and hurry.
Yes, sir.
I suppose you know what I mean by hurry, don't you, you inky little horror?
Yes, sir.
It means run there and run back, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you're not back in 5 minutes, you'll know what to expect, won't you?
Yes, sir.
Then cut along.
Alive, alive, oh, crying cockers and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She died of a fever, and no one could save her, and that was the end of sweet Molly Malone. But her ghost wheels her barrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh.
Excuse me.
What do you want?
Do you know where East is?
Cooking your din-din, baby boy. And airing your tickle-tickle.
Then perhaps you could tell me how to get to Sally Harrowell's.
Old Sally's, of course, certainly there's nothing easier. Well, you go that way, then you turn left, then right, then left, then right again, then you make a complete circle, divide it by 2, take away the first number you thought of, you climb a tree and you're in Bathville. You can't miss it.
May I go through, please?
No, young sir, you may not.
But I have to go to Sally Harrowell's on the High Street.
Well, you're too late. It's locking up time. And no boys allowed in or out to these here gates, save when he's got special orders from the doctor.
But I have to go.
What do we want so bad from Sally Harrowell's?
6 Murphys.
6 Murphys. Just before supper? What have you got, hollow legs? Where will you put 6 big potatoes?
They're not for me.
I hope not, indeed. Now run along, young master, and have the supper. And keep out of trouble.
Pray silence for the new boy. Mr. Brown, a song, sir, at your pleasure.
When I was bound apprentice in famous Lincolnshire. I served my master truly for nigh on 7 years, till I took up to poaching, as you shall quickly hear. For this light and a shining night in the sun of the year.
They're singing the new boy. Sounds as though he will last it out, doesn't it?
I suppose that's just one more of our old customs that will be swept away by all these new reforms.
I hardly think Dr. Arnold wants to reform that sort of custom.
The doctor is a reformer, my dear Judd. Reformers reform everything.
4 or 5, and taking off the map again, we caught the hair alive. Go on, Brown, don't stop. Go on, Brown, don't stop. You'll have to drink a tankard of salt and water. Go on, Brown. We popped her into the bed, the boys, and through the woods to steal for Rugby. Till now, light and shining at the season of the year. Leaning on my shoulder, remembering all that time. We took him to the mill, we sold him for a crown. We sold him for a crown, you boys, and didn't tell you where. Oh, 'tis my delight and a shining at the season of the year. Success to every gentleman that lives in Lincolnshire. Success to every poacher that wants to sell a hare. Bad luck to every gamekeeper that will not sell his deer. For 'tis my delight on a shiny night in the season of the year.
Well done, young'un.
Here's Mr. Flashman, as you asked for.
Who are you?
Ned Taylor, sir, from Gibbons Farm.
What do you want here?
I want to talk to you, sir.
Confound your insolence. Get about your business.
I will, sir. When I tell you what I came to tell you.
I don't care to hear it.
Keep away from Gibbons Farm, young master. That's what I came to tell you. Jessie's a good girl. You keep away, or maybe you might get hurt.
Get away from here, and don't you ever talk to me again in that tone, you lout. Or you're the one that'll get hurt.
Well, I've warned you. That's the end of it. I'm not going to warn you again. Good night, sir.
Robinson? In a field there was a tree, the finest tree that you ever did see, and the branch was on the tree, and the tree was in the field. Ah, the green grass grew around, the green grass grew around.
On the branch there was a twig, the finest twig that you ever did see. The twig was on the branch, and the branch on the tree, and the tree was in the field.
Ah, the green grass grew around, the green grass grew around. And on this twig there was a nest, the finest nest that you ever did see, and the nest was on the twig, and the twig was on the branch, and the branch was on the tree, and the tree was in the field. Ah, the green grass grew around, the green grass grew around. And on this nest there was a bird, the finest bird that you ever did see, and the bird was on the nest, and the nest was on the twig, and the twig was on the branch, and the branch was on the tree, and the tree was in the field. Ah, the green grass grew around, the green grass grew around.
All right, gentlemen, that'll have to do now. Did it
Thomas, you old muff, the harbour hasn't struck yet.
Oh, yes, it has. Me ears are still deaf from it.
Have a mug of beer, Thomas.
Beer, it would burn like brimstone.
Sing us a song, Thomas, old
Yes,
boy.
sing us a song.
I've got a frog in my throat.
Oh, go away, Thomas. You're not a new boy.
No, my voice ain't broke in.
Go on, just one verse, come on.
All right, now. Now, on this bird there was a flea, the finest flea that you ever did see. And the flea was on the bird, and the bird was on the nest, and the nest was on the twig, and the twig was in the branch in the tree, and the tree was in the field.
Ah, the green grass grew around, the green grass grew around.
All right.
Now then, clear for prayers, gentlemen. Go on, open that window. The doctor will be here in a minute. Go on, clear them up.
From the Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 8, the 5th verse. A sower went out to sow his seed, and as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and it was trodden down, and the fowls of the air devoured it. And some fell upon rock, and as soon as it was sprung up, it withered away, because it lacked moisture. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprang up with it and choked it. And some fell upon good ground, and it sprang up and bare fruit 100-fold. And when he'd said these things, he cried, "He that hath ears to hear, let him hear." And his disciples asked him, saying, "What might this parable be?"
I say, Bron. Yes? Have you ever been tossed in a blanket? No. Why? Well, there's sure to be some tossing tonight before the sixth form come up to bed. So if you funk it, you better cut along and hide, or they'll catch you and toss you. Have you ever been tossed? Yes, dozens of times. Does it hurt? Only when they miss you and you fall on the floor. We usually hide in that box room at the end of the passage. Here they come.
Gone to ground, eh? Dig 'em out, boys. Look under the beds. Out you come, my lad. Here, lend a hand, one of you. Help me with the howling young brute.
Here, steady.
No, George Tunks. Oh, I'll kill you.
Too young.
Oh, no walking now. I was tossed only last week. No walking.
Still, little brute.
Hello. New boy. What's your name, sir?
Tom Brown.
Oh, it's you, is it? Where's my money, you dirty little thief?
I was keeping it to buy Murphy's first thing tomorrow morning.
You won't be well enough to buy anything tomorrow when we've got through with you. Come on.
No, take your hands off me, boy. Take your hands off me.
Lend a hand.
Stop kicking. Get his leg.
Let me. No, hold him. My arm, no.
Get his legs, Walker. Hold his legs. Right, now, Brown, you first. This may teach you to obey when you're told to do something. Come on. All we aim to do is to teach you obedience and proper respect for your betters. Right, now, 1, 2, 3, heave! Oh! 1, 2, 3, heave! What'll you do next time you're ordered to fetch half a dozen Murphys from Sally Harrowell's, Brown?
I'll fetch them.
At the double you will. 1, 2, 3, heave!
Stop it, you brute. You've hurt him.
Shut up.
And again. Come on, Flashy.
Have you learned obedience and proper respect for your betters yet, Brown?
Yes.
Good. Then 3 more to drive the lesson well and truly home. 1, 2, 3, heave! 1, 2, 3, heave! And now one more for luck.
No, he's had enough.
Come on. Who's next?
Let me go, Bobby. You're hurting my arm.
See that I get those Murphys as soon as Sally Harrowell's open tomorrow, Brown.
Don't let them see they've hurt you. Sally Harrowell, put me down a Murphy. Oh, come on, Sally. I'm starving.
And any of you young gentlemen, thank you, as thinks you can bamboozle me, you can go to Bath, Bill.
Oh, come on, Sally. Just one Murphy. I'll tick till tomorrow.
What for you, young gentlemen?
6 Murphys, please.
Oh, 6. My goodness, you must be hungry.
Did you peach to anyone about the tossing Flashman gave you?
No, of course I didn't.
Well, you better not, then. Peaching's the one thing the school don't stand for.
Yes, if you peach, you get sent to Coventry. And thrashed by the head of the house.
Just telling you in case you didn't know.
Seeing that you're a new boy, no matter who does what to you, never tell tales.
6 pennies, that'll be.
Come on, Sally, we're due back in school in half an hour. Hurry up with those Murphys.
A 5-shilling piece. Wait till I get you the change.
Is that your money?
No, it's Flashman's.
What are you fagging for Flashman for? He's not a 6th former.
Oh, he's doing it because he's too scared not to.
That's 4 and 6pence change. Thank you, young gentleman.
Watch out when you go into Flashman's study. He'll skin you alive. Just hand in the Murphys and run for it.
Don't turn your back on him. He killed a third former last term.
Broke his neck. There was blood everywhere.
Hello. Here's young Brown with the Murphys.
Better late than never, eh? Come inside. These are no good, they're cold.
I ran all the way back with them.
You did, eh? Well, it wasn't fast enough, you lazy little beast. We've got a duty to this school, haven't we, fellows? We've got to teach these grubby little brutes to be on their toes, haven't we? We've got to teach them respect for their betters and promptness and obedience. I sent you for those Murphys at 8 last evening. It's now 2:30. 18.5 hours later.
I couldn't get them any sooner.
Incidentally, where's my change? I suppose you were hoping I'd forget it.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, come, you were, you dirty little thief. Honesty, another thing you've got to teach him. Hold his hands behind his back, Walker.
Don't overdo it, Flashman.
Hold his hands, I said. 18.5 hours late. Let's be generous and forget the half hour. Have you ever had 18 strokes on the sole of the feet with a cricket stump, Brown?
No.
Oh, no, you don't, my beauty. So you haven't had the pleasure of the bastinado, eh? Well, it'll be our privilege and our honor to introduce you to it. Sit him down there, Walker. TV, Big Brooks on the prowl. Confound him. Let him go, Walker. You needn't think you're getting off as lightly as all that, though, my dear Brown. This is just a temporary postponement. Cut along and keep your mouth shut.
And so we come to a problem most appropriate to this distinguished gathering. Pons Asinorum, or Bridge of Asses. So called because few students of geometry or trigonometry ever advance over it to further glory. However, I'm sure the present company will prove itself a brilliant exception.
That's Flashman.
We don't take any notice then, do we?
We're not supposed to, but he's such a brute.
You're on fag duty, aren't you?
Yes, Flashman.
Well, didn't you hear me calling?
No, Flashman.
Well, I was. I want some books moved to my dormitory. Come and get them, you. I said come and get them.
We aren't supposed to fag for anyone but the 6th.
Say that again.
We aren't supposed to fag for anyone but the 6th.
Take up those books and carry them to my dormitory. I'll give you just 5 seconds. And I'll settle you, you nasty little brute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we'll see whether you'll fag or not.
Stop it! No, stop it! Let me go, Flashman! Let me go! Ow, let me go! Ow, ow! Let me go, Flashman! Let me go!
searching all over the place for you. Tadpole told me about what Flashman did to you. Any bones broken?
No, I don't think so. Now I suppose you're homesick. No, I'm not.
You mustn't get down in the mouth about it, you know. You've got to learn to take bullying in your stride like the rest of us.
You'll survive.
There are lots of decent fellows here, as well as cads like Flashman. And decent masters, too. Once you settle down, you'll be able to get a lot of fun out of life.
If you go about it the right way.
But why doesn't anyone ever give Flashman a hiding?
Because he only picks on us little chaps.
And how do we stop him?
Well, we just keep out of his way.
He doesn't bother us as much as all that.
Fred!
Who's that?
It's Big Brook.
Last one there has to fag.
Who was last?
I was.
Take this to old Thomas, will you?
Yes, Brook.
That's your fourth, Mr. East.
Third?
4.
Put down 2 pennies for me, Sally.
I shall indeed, and I expect to be paid up by all you young gentlemen Saturday. No more Murphys do I charge to the slate until we're all reckoned up and clear.
We can't pay you this Saturday, Sally.
Oh, and why not, indeed? You all gets paid a shilling of a Saturday, I know as well.
Not this Saturday. They're impounding our shillings for the Derby lottery.
Oh, are they indeed? Fine goings on, I must say. Old Sally can whistle for her money while you young gentlemen can go backing horses and gambling. And I don't know what else.
It ain't our faults. We don't get the choice. I don't want to bet on the Derby.
Supposing you draw the winner, though.
What good's that to him? Flashman or some other brute will only make him sell his ticket.
That's right. We can never win whichever way it goes. I wish the doctor would abolish the lottery, too.
He will, Gar. He will.
Well, see that you pays me Saturday next without fail, or I shuts the door on the whole lot of you.
Gentlemen, sportsmen of the schoolhouse, the lottery's going to be drawn in Hall.
I would draw a blank.
Me too. He's drawn Wanderer, the third favorite.
Has he, by Joe?
Can I have my ticket, please, Flashman?
Don't be in such a hurry. What will you sell Wanderer to me for?
I don't want to sell.
Don't you? That shows how much you know about racing. Wanderer's no good to you. He won't win. I just want him as a hedge. I'll give you ½ a crown for him.
I don't want ½ a crown.
Then sell half of your share for a shilling.
2 and 6.
What?
1 and 6.
Yeah. I'll keep the ticket. Brown!
Harkaway, the favorite. You're in luck, young'un.
Favorite! Give that to me!
Wouldn't you like it? Here, Brown. Catch hold.
Thank you. Let's have a look at it. Oh, you lucky brute.
We'd better make a run for it.
Now, look here, Brown. There's no need to get excited. You don't gain much by holding that ticket on Harkaway. I hear they're going to scratch him. We'll give you 5 shillings for a half share.
No, we won't. Our friend Brown has been a little too cocky for his own good for some time now. It's time he learned to respect his betters, isn't it, Brown? We'll give you 5 shillings for the whole ticket. Hand it over.
No.
There you are, you see. He's too full of himself by far. We go to all the trouble and risk of organizing the lottery, and what do we get out of it? We draw the blanks, and he draws the favorite.
That's true. I always draw a blank. Come on, Brown, hand over that ticket.
I won't.
Tell me, Brown, have you ever been roasted?
No.
Do you want to be?
No.
Then give me that ticket.
No.
All right, let's roast him.
What are they doing? They're roasting him.
You stubborn young blackguard, will you sell now?
No.
Do you get that ticket?
Flashman! Open the door! East, on 16th.
We ought to let him go now, Flashy.
What, and let him make fools of us? Not likely.
Stop it, Flashy. He's had enough.
No, he hasn't.
Open this door!
You've overdone it this time, Flashman.
You cowards!
Good heavens, he's dying. Get some water. Fetch the housekeeper. I didn't want any part in it, Diggs.
I say, we can't do any good, and the housekeeper will be here in a minute.
It's all right, Brown. We've sent for help.
Oh, you, Diggs.
How did he come so? Carry him to the sick room. There's been some bad work here. I shall speak to the doctor about it.
Well, Brown, are you in bad pain?
Only on the back of my legs, thank you, sir.
I understand your trousers were scorched through.
Only here and there, sir.
I know a great deal more about what's going on in this school than perhaps some of you boys realize, Brown. I'm trying to change a great many things here for the better. And changing things is a slow, often discouraging business, even when your whole soul is in it. I'm patient because I have to be, and because I believe that what I'm doing is right and must be done. But if I could not feel that I was stamping out this sort of contemptible brutality forever, I would not wish to remain here as the headmaster of the school. Do you wish to tell me who it was who tortured you?
No, sir.
We both know who was responsible for it, Brown. Aren't you afraid he'll do it again if he goes unpunished?
No, sir.
Aren't you?
Not very, sir.
Very well, Brown. You're a brave little fellow for your size. Good night.
Good night, sir.
The ringleader of this roasting of Brown is a clear case of an unregenerate creature who has no place in this school and must be turned out. In all cases in future, gentlemen, it will not be merely a question of sending the culprit to the Birching Tower. Of that you may be assured. Abuse of authority is a capital offense. And the moment I have positive proof of guilt, I shall not hesitate to expel the boy concerned. No more than if I were a judge, I would hesitate to condemn a murderer to death. The interests of this school as a whole are not to be preserved by short-sightedness nor clemency. I look to each one of you for your cooperation in this matter, regardless of your private sympathies. Thank you, gentlemen, that is all.
What is it?
I've never felt nearer to failure.
Ah, don't say that.
Not even to you.
Not even to yourself. It's not true. You'll be proved right. You know you will.
I must go and see how young Brown is.
I've been. He's asleep. Whatever you said to him has made him very proud and very happy.
I said very little.
But it'll stay with him for the rest of his life. Long after he's forgotten all the things that have hurt him.
Oh, thank you, my dear.
This is all because of young Brown.
What if the boy was roasted? He's not dead, is he? I don't know what all the fuss is about.
The doctor's forbidden roasting. The boy that did it was deliberately breaking the rules.
Who did do it?
Flashman.
I don't believe it. Flashman comes with a very good family, Judd. British East India Company people.
I'm sure they were as rotten as he is.
They were here when this school was a school. It turned out men in those days, and gentlemen as well, every one of them.
And I wonder what's happened to them all.
What do you mean, what's happened to them? They thrashed Bonaparte and put him on elbow. They fought at Waterloo.
If I may correct you, sir, the men that fought at Waterloo weren't bullies and liars and cowards. They had courage and faith.
I don't think I know what you're implying, Mr. Judd.
It's quite clear. Mr. Judd is for Arnold. Mr. Judd is for change, reform, revolution.
And what are you for?
My king, sir, my country, sir, right or wrong. The survival of the fittest and the upholding of the laws and traditions that made England rule the world.
And lost her the American colonies.
I think, Mr. Judd, you sometimes forget that you are a junior master.
I'd sooner be too young for my duties than too old for them.
You're an impudent young upstart, sir.
Gentlemen, please, let's not disagree so violently. The harmony of the staff is our first responsibility.
Is it? I would have thought the harmony of the boys was our first responsibility.
Not at all. Boys have no feeling, no soul, no pity.
You'll never see any good in a boy because you never want to. But there is good in boys, if only we could protect and help them to develop it. But how can we until we've wiped out injustice and brutality?
You are nothing but a mouthpiece for Dr. Arnold.
While you continue to frequent this common room, Mr. Judd, I shall confine myself to my study.
Oh, dear, how regrettable. Mr. Judd, I feel sure that if an apology were tactfully tendered...
Apologies won't settle our differences of opinion, Mr. Tulk. Only straight thinking, which is conspicuous by its absence in this common room.
We really can't go on like this.
Why not? It's time we did declare ourselves as to where we stand. Confound it, so this school is going to the dogs.
You're a fine one to talk about fifth form privileges when you do nothing but disgrace it.
No, I disown it while you're in it.
Try to pick a quarrel with me. I'm telling you're a confounded bully and serve you right if the youngster does peach on you.
Oh, it will indeed. Well, he won't peach on me. He'd be too scared of what I do to him.
You're a disgrace to the school.
And what do you think you are, you fool?
There's more than one kind of fool. Yes. There's the kind that dresses like a scarecrow. Runs up bad and shoves his spoke in where it's not wanted. And there's the kind that takes no personal interest in rustic pursuits at Given's farm. Take your hands off me, Flashman. It won't solve anything to fight, even if you win. And you and I had better give one another a wide berth, Diggs. Nothing could please me more.
Is Mrs. Wiggsy about? No, come in. I say, I've just had the most thumping great row between Flashman and Diggs. Who won? Well, it wasn't that kind of a row. Diggs is a tormented, but at least he's on our side. No, it's no use, Scott. I've been lying here thinking about it. The only way we'll ever settle Flashman is to thrash him ourselves. Us? Thrash Flashman? He'd skin us alive. Not if we learned how to box properly. I don't care how properly we learn to box. Our arms aren't long enough. By next term, I'm going to know how to box. And you better learn how to box too, Scud. Otherwise, our lives aren't going to be worth living. Well, if you say so. But you're certainly a devil for punishment.
Oh, Mr. Judd, Dr. Arnold would like to see you in his study at once, please, sir.
Oh, thank you, Thorne.
Enter.
You sent for me, Dr. Arnold?
Oh, come in, Mr. Judd. Yes, I did. Sit down. A complaint has been laid against you by one of your fellow masters. You were free with your sentiments, I believe. I can't afford my staff to be free with its sentiments.
I'm very sorry, sir.
How old are you, Mr. Judd?
27.
And how long have you been teaching?
A year.
I see. And in that time you feel you've learned enough to put senior masters in their place?
No, sir, but they haven't learned enough to put me in mine either, sir.
Mr. Judd, I believe you have sympathy with what I'm trying to do here. I'm not a conceited man. I allow for the possibility that I may be wrong, misguided, and things were better left as they were. All I have is the belief that I'm right, the faith that the forces of good will ultimately triumph over the forces of evil. I believe in that boy Brown. I have faith that in him I may see my principles and theories take seed and come to life and grow. But we will not drive out evil nor old prejudices with a shouting voice and a whip, only by unshakable faith, by patience, and by example. You will apologize to Mr. Dodson. Do we understand each other?
Won't happen again.
Thank you, Mr. Judd. That is all. But, Mr. Judd, thank you for the thought behind the deed.
Good night.
And me and my companions were setting for a while, and taking off a look again, we took a hair alive. We poked it in the back of boys and through the woods to still. Oh, it's mighty light and shining as the season of the air. I threw it on my shoulder, and then we all went home. We took him to a neighbor's house, we sold him for a crown. We sold him for a crown, we boys, and didn't tell you where. Season of the year. Success to every gentleman that lives in Lincolnshire. Success to every soldier that wants to sell a ham. By love to every gamekeeper that will not sell his beer. Oh, it's mighty light and shining at the season of the year.
3 cheers for Big Frog! Hip, hip, hip!
Hooray!
Hip, hip, hip!
Hooray!
Hip, hip, hip!
Green Esquire, £2.
£2.10, and hurry up, Thomas, or I'll never be in time to catch the high flyer at Dunchurch.
£2 is your coach money, all right, Green.
It isn't. The doctor said I was to have £2.10.
You go to Bath, Bill.
Hey, never mind him, Thomas. Mine's 30 shillings. And mine, too.
East 30 shillings. I'll be glad to see the last of you till next term.
Goodbye, Thomas.
Goodbye. 30 shillings, Brown. Look, Brown, you want to be careful they don't roast you at home in mistake for the Sunday beef.
Thank you, Thomas. Goodbye.
Bye. Flour, £2.
Goodbye, Brooke.
Goodbye, young'un.
Goodbye, Brooke. We'll see that football keeps up to standard after you've gone.
That's the spirit.
Good luck at Cambridge.
Bless my soul, can I believe my eyes, sir? Still got your ears? And your teeth? That's right. Fred, give me a hand with this lot, will you?
Well, goodbye, Tom. Goodbye, Scott.
Righto! Off we go!
I've missed you. Are you well? Have you been happy?
Yes, thank you, Mama. Rugby's a wonderful school, but I must learn to box.
To box?
Yes, I must start right away.
James, I forbid it.
But, Father, I thought...
Now, Tom, you mustn't upset your mother.
That's right. That's it.
When will I be able to box properly, Black Bart?
You're shaping up, young master. You're shaping up.
I've got to be able to box by the time I go back.
Oh, why?
I've got to beat a fellow called Flashman.
How big's he?
He's big.
Don't you worry, young master. You'll beat him even if it costs you every tooth in your head.
Ow! Flashman. He doesn't look as big as last year. He still looks big. Yes, but not quite as big. Come on.
Here we are again. Hello, Brown. Hello, East. Turning up like two bad pennies, I see.
Yes, and jolly glad to be here as well.
I'm glad to hear it.
Am I needs to have Grace study? You promised to get it for us if you could. And am I to sleep in number 4? And how's old Thomas and Bogle and Sally?
Oh, bless the boys, you'll shake me to death. Now run along and have your supper. There's cold beef and pickles upstairs. And I won't have you old boys all over my room first night.
Hooray for cold beef and pickles! Come on, Tom.
Oh, Brown, stop a moment. I want to speak to you.
I won't be long, Scott. Don't eat all the pickles. Yes, what is it, Mrs. Wixie?
You're to have Gray's study.
Oh, good.
And you're to share it with this young gentleman. Dr. Arnold thought you'd be kind to him and see that he isn't bullied. I've put him in number 4 in the bed next to you. His father's dead, and he's an only child. His mother almost broke her heart this morning when she left him with me.
Oh, hello. Hello, sir. What's your name? George Arthur, sir. Mine's Brown. How do you do, sir? I'm well enough, thank you, sir.
Mrs. Arnold told me to say that she'd like you to take Arthur up to tea with her. You know the way, and the tea things will just have gone up.
Off we go then, young'un.
What have they been feeding him on? Birdseed?
Hello there, Brown.
Hello, you chaps.
What's Rugby turning into? A bloomin' kindergarten?
We'll be getting bloomin' girls here next.
No such bloomin' lark.
There you are.
Thank you, Mrs. Arnold.
Come in. Good afternoon, Tom. I hope you left everyone well at home.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Arnold.
You take sugar.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Arnold.
And Arthur?
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Arnold.
So Arthur is to share your study.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Arnold.
Come and sit down here.
There we are. Ah, my dear. Mrs. Wixie asked me to give you this list.
Oh, thank you.
Look, Mama, Daddy mended Susan.
Tom, come and help me, will you?
Oh, it's quite a little gathering. Do sit down, everyone. Well, young Brooke, are you all ready to step into your brother's shoes?
I'm ready to do my best, sir.
I'm sure you are. And we look to you in the field of sport, sir. I hear you're taking over Hare and Hounds.
Yes, sir.
Splendid. Thank you, Brown. And you're taking over young Arthur.
Yes, sir.
Does the responsibility feel very heavy?
No, sir.
I debated some time before I chose you for the task. Do you remember the first day that you came here? And you went into the chapel alone and you knelt down and prayed?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's just how young Arthur feels now.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Arnold means that he puts a very high trust in you, Tom.
Thank you, sir.
Would you like some strawberries?
Thank you.
No, take a lot. Take 2.
Thank you.
He's such a rum-looking chap for Brown to go sharing a study with.
Can't understand it. Can't understand it at all. Brown never said anything to me about this fellow Arthur.
Over there. This is George Arthur. I was going to bring him along as soon as we sorted his books. And we've been to tea with the doctor.
Tea with a doctor? You lucky brutes. You made some jolly good beef and pickles, didn't he, Green?
No, it was horse meat. How old are you?
10.5, sir.
What are you calling me sir for? Can you sing?
Leave him alone, Gar. He'll have to sing in hall whether he can or not. Wait till then and find out.
Why is he in here with you?
Mrs. Wixie asked me to look after him. He's all right. What's wrong with him?
Nothing.
What kind of food did you bring with you, Arthur?
It's not unpacked yet.
Bag!
Don't answer.
Oh, so they've given you a grey study, have they, Brown? Well, if you watch your manners, I may let you keep it. Who are you?
He's a new boy.
I didn't ask you. What's your name?
Arthur, sir.
Then you're appointed as my personal fag. Report to me in my study. I'll be calling over.
He's not reporting to you for fagging, Flashman.
What? You keep your nose out of this, Brown. You'll be at my study after chapel, or I'll skin you alive. And I'll skin anybody who tries to interfere. After chapel.
It's all right, young'un. You're not going.
Don't be a fool. He'll have to.
Oh, no, he won't. As of this minute, we are formally at war with Flashman.
At war?
Well, we knew it was coming this term, didn't we?
Yes, but what are we going to use for ammunition?
We'll consult Diggs.
Why Diggs?
Because he's jolly good at strategies.
Well, you won't lick Flashman with strategies. He's too big. No, and you won't lick him any other way either.
Oh, yes, we will. We've got to. Even if we don't do it this time.
If you don't do it this time, there won't be another. You'll be dead.
Don't let this frighten you, young'un. Come on, Scott. Let's go and see Diggs.
What's his name?
Arthur. George Arthur.
Right, then I'll tell Flashman he's detailed to me for fagging, and then I'll excuse him from it.
Thank you, Diggs. You are a sport.
Then you'll have to deal with Flashman.
Yes, we know that.
How do you plan to go about it?
Well, we thought you might give us a tip or two.
Oh, I'm not a man of violence at all. Can you mend bats?
No. But we could have a try.
Right, then mend this in the hall this evening during prep. And we can cook these as well.
Thank you, Diggs. But hall's out of bounds for us during prep.
I know. That's why it's as good a place as any to set a sprat to catch a mackerel.
Thank you, Diggs. Brown needs to down in hall. They'll catch it if a prefect sees them.
What's that for?
Because you're out of bounds, get back to your study.
You can't send us.
Can't I?
No, you can't.
Go back to your studies or I'll make you.
I say, you two, you never get rid of that fella till you lick him. Go in at him, both of you.
Go on, take your coat off.
Why, you insolent young blackguards. All right, don't take your coat off. In you go, boys.
No, he's got to take his coat off first.
All right. All right, I will.
We've killed him. I better fetch Mrs. Ritzy.
Fiddlesticks. Skin's not even broken. Cold water and a bit of rags all he needs. Up you get, Flashy.
Let me alone. I don't want any help from you.
We're sorry, Flashman.
Hang your sorrow. You'll pay for this, I can tell you. Both of you.
tadpole. Lit up on the young'un. You know he can't swim.
All right, Brown, I haven't killed him. You oughtn't to make such a fuss of that little shrimp Arthur.
I was told to look after him, wasn't I?
Yes, but not like a sheepdog. He's become no end of a millstone round our necks.
You looked after me when I first came here?
Yes, but that was for half a guinea. And anyway, I didn't wet nurse you. And another thing I don't like is all this goody-goody saying prayers at night. He's got the whole dormitory doing it now.
Except you?
I should jolly well hope not.
Why don't you ever say your prayers, Scott?
Because I don't want to, that's why.
Don't you believe in God?
That's got nothing to do with it.
What's wrong with you? I think I swallowed a newt. Get your things on and make sure you dry yourself properly.
Yes, Brown. And don't forget to give him his bottle.
Hey there, you boys! What you be doing off, trespassing here? Don't you know it's his private land?
You got a bath, Bill. We've always bathed here.
Well, you won't do it no more. From now on, this part of the river's out of bounds to you, rugby brats.
What's the matter with you, Ned?
I won't have you rugby brats trespassing on my land. So be off with you. I'll have you up before the doctor. Now, come on, all of you, be off! Hey there!
Well, of all I thought he was a decent sort of chap.
So he was. Something's upset him. Calling us brats, why, for two pins.
Come on, let's get back to school. Hurry up, young man.
Senior boys only. On the last Hare and Hounds, I was too young to go. But I'm jolly well going to have a try this time.
How can you? You don't even know which run it is.
Yes, I do. It's the Barbie run. That's 9 miles.
And all hard ground. You wouldn't have a chance of getting in at the finish.
Well, I'm jolly well going to have a try anyway.
Well, if you are, so am I.
Done.
Can I come too? Of course you can't. Even we're not old enough.
They send you back as soon as they see you.
Not if they didn't actually see us start. Come on.
The hares get 6 minutes grace, then we take the scent. Anyone who gets in within quarter of an hour of the hares will be counted as long as he's been round Barbie Church.
Right. Forward.
Get our second wind soon. Be better. Somebody's fallen. Somebody saw us.
Do you think Tadpole peached on us?
No. Perhaps it's a prefect.
What a cheek.
Oh, well, of all the nerve. Who told you could follow us? I can run 9 miles.
Well, run back to school then.
Please let me run with you, Brown. Please, East. I'll keep up, I promise. I'm supposed to be responsible for you, aren't I? Yes, that's where I ought to be on the run with you.
Smack his silly head and send him home, Brown. We'll never catch up with the others. Go on, buzz off.
Off you go, young, and quick. Head the double. Come on.
You've got us all lost.
Listen, there's some people over there. Let's ask them the way back to school. Come on. It's Flashman and Ned.
East. Arthur. Brown. Late for locking up. Up you gotta go to the doctor's study straight away.
What? Like this? Yes, can't we go and change?
You know the rules, Master Brown. Doctor's study the moment you come in.
Enter.
East. Brown. Arthur. Look lively.
Bless my soul, what have you been up to? Why, you look half drowned.
Please, sir, we went on the Hare and Hounds and lost our way.
You as well, Arthur?
Yes, sir. It's all my fault that we lost our way, sir. No, it wasn't, sir. It was all our fault, sir.
Take Arthur to Mrs. Wixie at once and tell her to see to him. Not you, Brown. You East.
Yes, sir.
And report to Warner and tell him you've seen me.
Yes, sir.
Come here, Brown. I explained to you at the beginning of term why I was putting Arthur in your care.
Yes, sir.
Is this what you call being responsible for him?
No, sir.
If he were fit and well enough for horseplay of this kind, would I have put him in anyone's care?
No, sir.
Have you anything to say to justify yourself?
No, sir.
Then you fail me, Brown. Haven't you?
Yes, sir.
I ought to birch you for this, but I won't. It's not a birching matter. It'd be simpler if it were. As it is, I must find a more responsible boy to take care of Arthur. That is all, Brown. Report to Warner.
What did he say to you? Did you get a flogging? No. Where's Arthur? Is he still with Mrs. Wixie? Yes, she's physicking him. She raised an awful rumpus. And he's to sleep in the sick room tonight. In a sick room? Why? Is he ill? Well, he's shivering and carrying on, and Mrs. Wixie sent for the doctor.
Mrs. Wixie! Is Arthur ill?
Yes, I think he is. Really, Brown, how could you take a delicate child like that on the Hare and Hounds?
How ill is he?
I'm half afraid it's... I won't know till Dr. Bates comes.
What were you going to say? You're half afraid it's what?
Never mind. Now, you get off about your business, Brown, and out of those wet things before I have you on my hands, too.
Can I see him? For just a moment.
Indeed, you cannot. Nobody can.
Trust that little brute to catch a cold.
Oh, shut up. It's something serious.
No, it isn't. She's just trying to make us feel all remorseful, that's all. Come along and get changed.
The fever's not getting any less, Doctor.
No. If he's not better by morning, I shall send for his mother.
I hope it won't be as bad as that.
I'm afraid there's no question. It is fever.
Let us pray. Almighty and ever-loving God, maker of mankind, who dost correct those whom thou dost love, and chastise everyone whom thou dost receive, we beseech thee to have mercy on this thy servant, visited with thine hand, and to grant that he may take his sickness patiently and recover his bodily health, if it be thy gracious will. And whensoever his soul shall depart from the body, it may be without spot presented unto thee. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
I say, he must be pretty sick for the doctor to pray for him like that. It's
practically a burial service.
Oh, shut up, it isn't. People pray for the sick lots of times. It's in the ordinary service.
Well, I'd feel jolly rum if I thought people were praying for me.
Don't worry, nobody ever will.
And if you snuffed it, the school would get a half holiday.
Oh, ha-ha, very funny.
Sir,
Yes, Brown?
is he going to get well?
If it is God's will.
It's all my fault.
Arthur doesn't think so. He begged me to let you see him. If it were possible, I would.
Is there anything I can do, sir?
You can pray for him.
But supposing Arthur doesn't get well?
It's just hard lines, that's all. We all have to die sometime.
Would you like to?
I wouldn't sit up and howl about it and expect everyone to go around praying for me. That's one thing that's certain.
Doesn't your mother want you to pray?
You leave my mother out of this. She's all right. There's nothing wrong with my mother.
I didn't say there was.
She went away because she was unhappy, not because she didn't care about... Go away and leave me alone, will you?
Yes, all right. If you want me to. I say, East. I still think it'd help if we said our prayers.
I once prayed for my mother to come back home. But she never came. There's no one listening to you when you pray. There's no one there. Go back to bed. Arthur'll be all right. Stop worrying. Good night.
Good night.
Waiting for you, Dr. Bates.
Thank you.
Is it the end of the lad, Doctor?
I don't know, Thomas. This is the crisis.
Are you still awake, Tom?
Yes.
Do you hear a horse outside?
Yes.
I wonder who it was.
Probably the doctor.
I wish I knew what was happening.
Master Brown.
Have you heard how Arthur is this morning?
No, I ain't. That there Dr. Bates is still up there with him. Been there all along since midnight last night. And Dr. Arnold, he ain't been to bed yet neither. And no one ain't allowed near, nor in nor out. But I'll let you know as soon as I hear word.
I told her it wouldn't do any good. There's no one listening to you when you pray.
Brown, East! Hey, Brown, and you two, East. Your boss wanted in the doctor's study. Better look lively.
I don't want to go.
Come on. Go on. You knock.
No, you.
You.
No, go on. Knock.
Enter. Flashman, you will now repeat what you've just told me exactly as you told it to me.
But what good will it do, sir? They'll only deny it.
Nevertheless, you'll tell me how young Arthur came to fall in the river on the night of Hare and Hounds.
Well, I was coming along the river bank when I saw Brown and East with Arthur. They were teasing him by pretending to throw him in, and he was pleading with them to stop. The next thing I knew, he'd fallen in, and I went in after him.
That's not true, sir.
Be silent. Then how did East and Brown come to be soaked through, too?
Oh, they helped me to get Arthur ashore further down the river, sir.
That is the truth, Flashman?
That is the truth, sir, whatever they may say.
Then you displayed commendable courage.
Anyone would have done it, sir.
Oh, no. Not anyone. Not you, for one.
I beg your pardon, sir.
You're lying to me, Flashman.
No, indeed, sir. Unless you choose to take their word against mine, sir.
I don't need to take their word. Only for one reason. Did you, East, and Arthur witness a fight between Flashman and a local farmer called Ned Taylor? No. Do I take it you prefer not to answer?
Yes, sir.
Very well. Taylor, will you step in here a moment? Now, Taylor, will you repeat what you came here to tell me?
Yes, sir. This morning, when I heard about the youngster dying, sir, I came here to admit that I fought Mr. Flashman and fought him fair. And when he fell in the river, sir, I hated him so bad that I didn't stay to help him. And then I saw these boys go in after him.
You lying blackguard!
Be silent.
But this man has a private grudge against me, sir.
Be silent, I say. Go on, Taylor.
Then, when these boys went in after him, the youngster tried to help and got pulled in.
And you still didn't go to their help?
No, sir. I was filled with hate for Mr. Flashman and not a good man, sir. But when I heard about the youngster dying, sir,
Thank you, Taylor. That is all. Thank you for coming. You may go.
Did I do the right thing, sir?
You did. That is all. Well, Flashman, have you anything to say? Very well. You'll go to your study and assemble your possessions. You're expelled. That is all. Go to your study and assemble your possessions. Come with me. This is Arthur. This is Brown, and this is East. This is Arthur's mother. She wished to meet you both.
How do you do, ma'am?
How do you do, man?
How do you do, Tom? How do you do, Scud? My son insisted on my seeing you, and I wanted to see you on my own account. To thank you.
To thank us?
Last night we thought my son was going to die, but he's begun to get well. It was because he had something to live for, something he never had before he came here, something he lost when his father died. Companionship and the protection that you've given him. He said I had to come and see you as soon as I could to say that he'll soon be up and about again. He wanted me to thank you for being with him all last night. Both of you.
What did he mean by that?
He said that he fell into a sleep and didn't want to wake up. And then you and Scud came to him and called him back.
We did? And he's going to be all right?
The doctor says the crisis is past and he'll mend steadily from now on.
And there was someone there all the time. He means when he prayed last night.
Yes, there was someone there. He heard and answered. It must have been the one prayer he was waiting for.